Class is in session. The Brofessor is in. Let's bro with Bron Breakker. We are going to go break everyone 6-star silver. At the highest you can get them, level 350. Thank you to Scopely for lending me this character. This poster will be returned once all the previews and everything have been completed. I do not get to keep them. Bron Breakker is an aggressive striker in the modern era. His training ability at 26k is a good and interesting one, a new one coming back into the game. Yellow moves start with 4 MP, blue moves start with 4 MP. We have a 4x4 coming into the game now. So these are going to be very, very exciting trainers to help you get more MP at the starting of things. So yay for something like this. That is going to make him very, 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 very wantable, gettable, desirable. He now has a Steiner's link with his father, uncle, which is red MP moves or red moves start with 4 more move points. He's also got the NXT link. He also has the modern era link and just the singular gear. In terms of the ultimate strap for this one, Fury is what you're going to want to run. So I'm going to run the Fury 2 sets. We're going to have 80 with the double Fury set. This right here adds another 30%. This right here adds another 26%. So you can see we're going to use pretty much about 136% more of the gem damage all around. And I'll go over the plates as we get to them later on. For the most part, this is going to be your best friend. 2 words for ya. All right, let's check them out. So our first moveset for Bron Breakker is going to be the Davey D special. It is going to be the Bleed moveset. Running clothesline, doing 210k damage, but 620k damage bleed for 1 singular turn. Another 2 MP, the Standing Frankensteiner, destroying 2 red gems. So these two basically run off of each other. They go back and they go forth. And lastly, the Diving Bulldog, where we're going to choose 8 gems to make into red gems. So all red all the time. And we're just going to run this as much bleed as you possibly can. So if you have Apollo Creed, that's 150%. If you got Seth Rollins, the NXT version, that's another 66. Kairi Sane now has a new 21k. So if you have her now at 21k ability, you're going to do 40% more bleed damage. And the only one that hasn't been brought up for me is actually King Woods, because I'm waiting for the event, because both Raw and Modern will be part of the faction contest, so this will be up to 50%. So just keep in mind that there is more room for bleed damage, but even with that, we're doing 2.3 million bleed per hit of that move. All right, let's go check this out on the road versus Volter. Let's bro. So on a good board, you're looking to get to hit this 5 times before you lose your turn, right? There's 11 spots on the pin board over here. So as long as you don't cascade, you can hit it 5 times. And that also is dependent on it having 10 red gems on the board. So we hit the bleed the first time. That's 2.3 million bleed. Hit the Frankensteiner. We break 2. And now we have more bleed. Now we're up to 4.6 bleed. And now we break 2. The only problem with having the 2 words on here is that might also cascade you. And I have the 2 words on for a different move set. I just didn't want to take it off. This is now 6.9 bleed. And we're going to break 2 more. And that blows up the board. So we get 7 million bleed. And then he's able to kick out. So this is the dangers of this moveset, is cascading out of your turn. So I'm glad you were actually everybody was able to see that. And now we get our turn back. Okay, so, and then you just go back to doing what you're doing. You can bleed, and then you can destroy red gems. The other thing you can do is if you run out of red gems, but you have filled up this move, the other thing you can do is put a bunch of red gems down. I suggest putting them into rows to sort of help you from cascading as best you possibly can. We'll put that one up there. And now I have a bunch of red gems on the board that I am now able to destroy to continue the onslaught of the bleed. So you don't actually have to use that choose move just to destroy a whole bunch. You don't even have to make a match, and that way you can keep making the bleed moves go on and on and on and on. So now we've hit this 3 more times again, so there's another 7 million with the bleed, and then we're just going to keep, we're going to end this match because he's already had enough. And so now you can see how that would work out. So this time we'll use it to destroy the board with a bunch of red gems. We don't need to put that there. We can put these there. And then we can do a board destroy. And that's the end of the move. He's going to bleed out. So if you are able to keep the bleed going on turn 1, you're looking at a bleed of somewhere between 11 and 15 million. So a very hardy bleed, depending on your trainers and what you got on there. All right, let's check out the next move set. So on our next moveset, we are going to put in the finisher, the military press power slam, do 420k, make 26 random gems into purples. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the Steiner recliner. We're going to make a submission, and we're going to get to choose to make black submission gems for 3 turns. So this is a 3-turn submission gem move, and we're going to make cross breaks at the end. We don't really need it for the submission damage. We need it for the cross breaks. And the black gem, a black MP. And lastly, the overhead belly-to-belly suplex. And so this move right here is going to be amazing. You're going to make a 7x3 into gems of strength 5. And right now we're not going to go against a Trickster, but when we go against a Trickster, this is going to be the Trickster killer, the class assassin, as my buddy Mike Grant would say. So right now, for this, if you're going up against a non-Trickster, this is the move set you would use, and I'll show this move again if you are going up against a Trickster. We're going to start with double MP, although you could start differently. Hold on a second. Back again. Okay, so if you have Santa Hogan at 17k, you can actually get a little bit more out of your multiply gems, putting Matt at the very front. Get your purple MP started with these 2 right here, and then we're just going to add some extra purple gem damage. You can also put in Hall of Fame X-Pac, who would give you 1 more multiply gem strength, plus 50% more on your sub. But either way, however you want to scale this, you want to look for more damage for your purple gems, and that's why we have put in the All Hearts plate here to get 100% more gem damage. So let's bro. So come feud, this will be ready turn 1. You're going to need, depending on your perks, 2 or 3 matches of black gems to make this worthwhile. We'll take those 2 there, and then we're going to add these on the board because they're going to turn into cross break gems afterwards. So we want to at least keep 3 or 4 of them on the board if possible. Excuse me, the other thing you want to do is put them a little bit lower than I did here. That was my mistake, but we're going to cover up all of these up top and the cross break gems. Hopefully we're going to destroy a whole bunch of them with 26 purples coming out for the finisher. That was a big smack, and there's 10.5 million at the end of that cycle, and then you're completely refilled again to smack the board. So it would be a 2-cycle win, maybe a 3-cycle win, but definitely can control the board and easily defeat 6 bronze, possibly a 6 silver if it hits hard enough, but you'll at least deplete your opponent. All right, let's go check out the next moveset. Oh, we went into the contest. Here is our very last moveset that I'm going to show for Bron Breakker. The only move that I'm not going to show, and that's why I want to bring this up right here, is the belly-to-belly suplex, and it makes a 7x3 area into snowfall gems. I just did not find a viable or good use for it as of yet. If I do find one, I will bring it up to speed, but I think the 3 movesets that I'm showing you now are probably the 3 you're going to use, and so that's why this is why I decided to show these ones first. So as I mentioned, the overhead belly-to-belly, if we go against a Trickster, which we're going to do now, they force them to skip their turn, which means we don't need the sub to be able to get all our moves loaded turn 2. We can actually use this Spear, which is going to increase our purple gem damage by 215%. And that is very, very big, and that's going to do some awesome damage for us. And then what we do need to do is to make sure that all of our moves are ready to go. We are actually going to go double woods. This is a double woods Santa move set. So the only difference is we're going to just put woods in, unless you got a line bonus. And if you do have a line bonus, then you can worry about putting maybe Matt in instead. And for our title, we are actually going to switch out. And this is where the 2 words plate makes a huge difference as well, too. So we're going to put in the 2 words for you. And this is a character that if you have an ultimate plate that can create more gems at the very end of your turn, this would be a great place to put that into here for you to really help out with that. All right, let's go take it against the Trickster. Let's go against Eddie Guerrero and watch. And let's watch him dodge me, having done this match 15 times and having not dodged me in a while. So come feud time, these will be ready to go turn 1. So, hey, he actually didn't dodge it. All right, so what happens is we need a black match on turn 1 to make this as effective and as powerful as possible. So we can either put that on the bottom or we can put that on the top. So I'm going to put this on the bottom. If possible, keep more multiply gems in the board and in play. And then the next thing I'm going to do, since he is stunned, is I'm actually going to make a black swipe here. He's going to get a chance to break some gems. He is now stunned, and now we do this again. Another stun. So now we're going to continually keep him in stun lock but the match won't last that long. Now we have 2 whole sets. Now we're going to hit this for 215% more damage. And then we put down our 26 purple gems and we watch it all go boom. And that was 28 down to 24 million. I can tell you that if you only get 1 set of multiplied gems down and you don't have a black match, the lowest I've recorded is 12 to 18 million, and it depends on the cascade. But if you get all of those multiplied gems and have a really good cascade, the most I've had doing this move set against a Trickster is about 35 million. So that was 28 with a decent cascade. You can get up to 35 million with it. So thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for coming to class. Give it the old like, the share, the subscribe, the usual stuff. The bro appreciates you. Welcome to class and goodbye from class. We'll see you next time. Brofessor out.